Hello and welcome to Fiorano Tutorials. This is an introductory course of 3 videos providing an overview of Fiorano open source ESB platform and its capabilities. The scope of this video is to introduce various components in the Fiorano ESB and show you how to install and run the software. Following this video, we have 2 more videos demonstrating the creation of integration flows using file and REST interfaces. Fiorano ESB platform enables application integration by configuring and choreographing microservices into asynchronous flows. Fiorano open source ESB contains 4 components: the open source ESB server, eStudio tool, dashboard, and microservice toolkit. The open source ESB server is an OSGi container built on top of Apache Karaf. It uses a JMS engine for microservices communication. This server acts as both the platform manager and runtime for microservices. This is the only server needed to develop and run your integration flows. The eStudio is an Eclipse-based orchestration tool used to develop integration flows using microservices. The dashboard is a web-based monitoring tool for the ESB platform. It is developed on top of Hot.io, an open source HTML5 AngularJS web console. The microservice toolkit is to develop new microservices using various programming languages. We do support custom microservices in Java, C, C++, and C#. For the demo, I have downloaded the Fiorano ESB Community Edition binary distribution and extracted the archive file. I'm going to launch the ESB server and eStudio. In order to launch the ESB server, navigate to bin directory and execute the fiorano.bat file. As you can see on the console, the server uses ActiveMQ JMS as the default JMS engine. However, the transport is pluggable and the user can choose other JMS servers such as JBoss, IBM, TIBCO, and Fiorano MQ. Now I'll start the eStudio tool. Navigate to eStudio folder and execute the eStudio.exe file. A workspace selection dialog is shown where you can choose the eStudio workspace. You may use the default path. Click OK. A welcome page is displayed when you launch eStudio for the first time. Welcome page lists the perspectives and documentation links. We use the online event process development perspective to connect to the ESB server and create integration flows. Click on the perspective and its views are displayed. On the left hand side, there is a Server Explorer view with an Enterprise Server node. This node is pre-configured to connect to the local ESB server. Right-click the node and select the Login option to log on to the server. In this dialog, provide the default admin user password, which is PASSWD. Click OK. After you're logged in, the views are populated with the corresponding objects. The Enterprise Server node contains an Event Process Repository node. This is where you create and view your integration flows. Sample integration flows shipped with the product can be seen here. I'll open a sample flow. This is how an integration flow looks like. The icons you see here are microservices and the lines that connect them are called routes. Each microservice is a process step that implements a single business function, and routes transfer messages between the connected microservices. Routes are JMS clients that gets created when the flow is launched. eStudio tool has a single view for design, development, deployment, and debugging of integration flows. This integration flow can be launched with a click of a button. On the right hand side, there is a microservice palette with various microservices. Currently there are 100 plus pre-built microservices available in the platform. We go into more details as I go through the demonstration. The next component is the Fiorano dashboard. It can be accessed from a web browser. The login page URL is localhost 8181/hotio/login. Use the default admin user credentials to log on to the dashboard. The dashboard has various sections to manage the integration flows, view the ESB server statistics, and the JMS server objects. As mentioned earlier, it's developed using Hot.io, which provides a lot of plugins that can be used to customize the dashboard. The final component is the microservice toolkit, which is used to create new microservices from eStudio. Go to the Tools menu and select the Create Service Component option. The microservice creation wizard is launched. Choose a destination directory. This is the directory where the source code is generated. Click Next. The wizard contains multiple pages to configure the source language, input and output ports, third-party resource files, and various other details. The source code and scripts are generated based on these custom configurations. More details on sample microservices and framework APIs are available in our documentation. Now we've got a couple of exercises for you to get your hands on creating integration flows. So this is a good point to stop, open up the next video, and work on a flow to read and write files. Thank you very much for watching this video.